This week, Diggs raises another $7 million with participation from the Oregon Venture Fund and the Portland Seed Fund. My phone just buzzed. Demolicious finally gets the chance to reboot. Mercado is back online, so make sure and go and get your food there this weekend. And the Silicon Florist Tech Summit has an extremely successful inaugural event. Let's get into it. I was really excited to see you. Like, the week went by really fast, and now all of a sudden I am completely out of energy. Super excited to get the chance to hang out with you, but also my batteries are pretty drained at this point. Anyway, I'm going to gird myself for your benefit because you're worth it and get into like what's going on in Portland startup news. I'd like to start this episode off with some really good news about the Portland Mercado. As you may remember, the Portland Mercado unfortunately was damaged by fire, which also took out the utilities for the food cart pod that's on the Mercado property. The good news is those carts are back open as of today. So if you're looking for somewhere to eat today or over the weekend or next week, I highly encourage you to head out to the Mercado, grab some food at one of the carts, and support our local food artisans. Shop local, go support folks in your community, go buy some food at the Mercado. You won't be sorry. The food there is fantastic. Okay, the big story this week was a successful Silicon Florist Tech Summit. I was honored to do the intro right here from the Silicon Florist podcast studio. I mean, I was standing there. I just recorded it here, and then I was there in person, but I didn't have to get on stage. I just got to show the little video and hang out with people and chat. Huge crowd, hundreds of people, great trade show floor. Everybody was engaged with the booths and talking to people. Amazing speakers we got to hear from. I listed them all off in the post that I put up as a recap. And if you made it, thank you for coming to the inaugural Silicon Florist Tech Summit. It was good to have you there. I think my favorite thing about it was hardware folks, startup folks, software folks, government officials, economic development. Just a great group of people, great event. Congrats again to Joseph and his team on pulling together an amazing event that was incredibly well run and incredibly well attended. So I look forward to the next one and hope to be able to make that one as well. And I hope you can too. I hope to see you there. Hopefully this is helpful. If you like startups, if you like Portland, but especially if you like Portland startups, please subscribe. Late breaking story, Vancouver, Washington startup Diggs, which is co-founded by Ryan Fink, who's had a couple successful exits on the go platforms and stream. This is Ryan's new pursuit called Diggs. And they just raised another $7 million round. Their first round was $7 million. This round is $7 million. So they've raised $14 million. That's right. I just did that math in my head on the fly. They also named a new COO for the company. So all in all, a great news day for Diggs. And if you're not familiar with Diggs, it's really designed to help with home construction projects. People kind of equate it to Google Docs and Figma all mashed up into one thing. So you can keep track of everything. You can keep track of details. You can keep track of schematics. You can comment on things. You can move things around. But just a really valuable system designed to help people with home construction projects or home building in general. I think the other positive thing about that round, Oregon Venture Fund, local investor, led that round, and also Portland Seed Fund participated in that round. So it's always good to see the local investors getting in on local opportunities, and especially leading rounds. That's always promising. Another big story this week, Demolicious is back. They were going to do Demolicious last week. We had all the weather, but they moved it to this week, and we're able to have Demolicious reboot. People got up, pitched their concepts. The crowd voted and said, hey, here's who we like. It was all said and done. The company that walked out with the win was KickPlan. Now, KickPlan becomes the first official winner of the Demolicious Championship belt. Demolicious used to have a cup, like a cup. This is not the Demolicious cup. This is just my cup. Now they have a championship belt, like heavyweight boxing style belt. Now it's up to somebody in February to take that belt away with a great pitch of their own. So if you're interested in participating in Demolicious, make sure and throw your hat in the ring for that pitch. But if you're just interested in attending, you can do that too. So join the Demolicious meetup group and get ready for another great pitch event every single month. I think that's the great thing about Demolicious this time around is it is going to be held on a more regular basis, monthly. We'll see that belt trade in hands pretty rapidly, but I think that'll be a really good event for the community. Speaking of Demolicious, you know where Demolicious is hosted, right? That's right, Upstart Collective. And what does Upstart Collective also do every month in addition to Demolicious? That's right, First Friday. And next Friday, Groundhog Day, will be First Friday. It will also be the kickoff of the Portland Winter Light Festival. And since many of the installations will be in the central east side and just across the river downtown, going to First Friday at Demolicious can be a great way to start your night at the Portland Winter Light Festival. Not only will you meet a bunch of amazing folks from the Portland startup community, folks who work out of Upstart Collective, but you'll also get to see some amazing installations that are designed to brighten your winter. Creative artists using electricity and lights and lasers and fire and all kinds of things. I highly encourage you to take the opportunity to do that. That's starting February 2nd. We'll run throughout the weekend and I think into the next week. You got some time to plan for that. You might want to take a look at their site and kind of map out your nights or your route. But before you see the winter lights, make sure and head by Upstart Collective, join them for their First Friday happy hour, and, meet some awesome folks in the community. It'll be good for you. You'll meet somebody new. Trust me. You know I'm all excited about the AI. I mean, I talk about it all the time. I think it's kind of a big deal. And Oregon Venture Fund is now getting in on the action as well. They're bringing together a group of AI companies on February 13th to showcase the solutions they're building. And the companies that are participating this time around are Hello Wonder, DXM, Paxton, and Reclaim. Reclaim that's been doing the AI thing for quite a while. But it'll be nice to give those folks an opportunity to highlight their solutions, show off what they're doing with AI. Thanks to Oregon Venture Fund for putting that together. I know space is limited at Kiln, so if AI is of interest to you or you want to see what these companies are working on, please take the opportunity to RSVP for the February 13th event so you can get on the list of people attending, and hopefully I will see you there. If you're on the west side of Portland in Washington County, it's time for Westside Pitch 2024. Applications are now open. They are due February 7th. So if you're a company building a product on the west side of the Willamette River out in Washington County, Beaverton, Hillsborough, out that way, you'll definitely want to apply. Great way to get the word out about your startup. Great way as an attendee to see all the amazing startups that are being built out in Washington County. It'll be held in April, but first and foremost, we need folks up on stage. So if you are a startup in Washington County, please get those applications in by February 7th. We'll look forward to seeing your pitch come April. So you got plenty of time to prep. I was at a lot of events today, so batteries are a little tapped out, but hopefully that provides you a good overview of the Portland startup community and what's happened this week, what's going to be happening next week with events like First Friday and Portland Winter Light Festival, which are both amazing events that I hope you attend. Hope things are going well. Hope you're doing okay. If you have questions and you can't seem to find answers, maybe go talk to Rosie, the Portland startup community AI assistant. Maybe Rosie can help you out. He's got some answers. I continue to train him. Hopefully he's getting smarter and smarter by the day and more helpful for members of the community who may have questions. He's available 24/7. Rosie the robot, the AI for the Portland startup community. He never slows down. That one, he's just ready to serve. So head on over to Rosie and talk to Rosie about what's going on in the Portland startup community. That's it. Let's get you out of here. You got work to do. You got startup-y things to do. You got events to go to. You're busy. I get it. Like, I'm sorry I kept you as long as I did, or I hope you're listening to this on your way to your important thing or on your way from your important thing, one way or the other. It's always great to get the chance to hang out with you. I really appreciate you showing up this week and hanging out with me. Hang in there. And until we get the chance to hang out again, please keep up the good work.